hiding behind the tree, but not hood showing. There's your morning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm up here. Get the rake put together. I see dust coming too. Must be a car coming. And run up the road up here and get the little patch raked. Figure Ty won't be out for another hour or two. Anywhere between about 7:30 and 9 when she shows up. No car, huh? That little tiny bit of dust I saw must have been one that went up ahead of me, apparently. So, anyway, that's just right up there. Rake's right here. Won't take me long to rake it, and then hope to hell there's enough moisture in it to actually do some good. And yeah, I'm gonna pack my parts over there because right here is thinner and more dirt under it. Better place to park. And by the way, for most of you, there's a reason my pickup's up off the ground. It was that way when I bought it. No, I can pull into a field and not have to worry about burning my pickup or the field up. Makes life a little easier. And all she could get for hard washers were the bigger diameter ones, so I'm hoping that's not going to be an issue, because it can't be. Can't say the gophers don't work around here, can you? Let's see if I can get you a little better shot here. I just got done watching Alberta Ranch's video. It was like he was watching me, so we had a little... Oh, sure. It's gone. Yeah, from here it's probably behind those trees, but... Oh, in his video he said it was 6 o'clock. And it was funny because it was exactly 6 o'clock here. He said he was watching me, so I said, well, how am I doing raking? I was literally right before I started this video, so. And anyway, it'd be nice if there was about, actually this piece should have about 60 bales on it, not 20. But I don't remember if I gotta lift that sucker up to try to do this or not. I really don't want to have to lift it, but I'm gonna do it. Well, put it together anyway. Yeah, I changed offices. I didn't show you any raking because, you know, it's just one of these fields. And I was in a hurry, especially after forgetting the frickin' bushing to put on the bottom of that rod and having to run clear back to the shop to get one. I need to remember to take the spare rod and we'll just put everything on it the way it needs to be and have it sitting there. That way we don't forget that bushing. And yeah, I did the corners plenty wide. Just makes it a little easier. Since I'm not following the rake, I got to do the corners anyway. And should just about have a bale out. It's getting pretty close. The tire's a little low too. No sign of any leakage anywhere, but yeah, I almost went back to get the service truck so I could pump it up. But nah. And I'm not even going to guess how many bales are going to come off of this. I think it drilled out at like 3.5 acres, something like that. Oh, look at that, perfect, right in the corner, right at the end of a windrow. That's okay, I know how to get it out of the way. And there's your view now. Knot hood pretty much disappeared. When I made it back up the second time, I looked for it and it wasn't there anywhere. Oh, anyway, that corner down there might be a little fun one. It's pretty steep. But, on a recorder's not dancing. There we go. Ty was running the Massey with the disc on it up here on that steep part, and she was okay with it. And I just raked it. At least my tractor has duals, but honest, there's a lot of times I wish that baler did. But I also know how those hubs hold up, but it'd never handle duals. It'd tear the hell out of them. We've already, well, I shouldn't say we've already. We fixed one hub quite a few years ago. One of those things that, you know, do you buy a new one or do you repair the old one? And repair the old one. And I quit checking it probably 10 years ago on a regular basis. It still gets checked. I'll figure out where I left off. I didn't do the outside round. I did the second one. The reason being that mirror sticks out farther. I'd be in the trees on that road. That doesn't stick out as far, so that's the one I'll put there. I'll run down the road backwards. So I really don't care which way I go, but especially once you do corners like this, it doesn't matter because you're not trying to follow a swirl, you're just following what's there. I forgot to mention, our dew point was supposed to be 55 degrees. We were 55.8 degrees this morning. So, I mean, if you notice, they're all dry. This is going to be a day. I ain't figured this out. It's throwing weird pressures. Well, actually, my pressure's been way low. But the cylinders are almost completely collapsed and it's showing way high on the load. And I know we've had issues because it throws a C ink code which says there may or may not be an issue with the hydraulics on the tractor or the baler. And overpressure says it's freaking transducer on the control on the baler. Yeah, not what I need because that'll blow the side out of the baler. Previous owner did that. They literally blew the right side out. And I was just looking and it's cracked, and I think the pin that holds the side in is broke because the pin, either that or the clip came out of the top because the pin's dropped down. But it's still holding, it's not like it can go anywhere. So now I drive back down to the pickup, go home, grab some tools, and come back up, and then it'll be too dry to bale this shit. Yay. It's gonna be a long day. I got my pressures actually moving more than they were. They're a lot higher than they were too. But the overload. And well, we got that new fancy book. She's been reading through it. I was just gonna pick this one up and go through it, but it appears that maybe the solenoid valves that control the pressure aren't working right. And I threw the toolbox back in the back of the pickup. I didn't want to bring the service truck up. It's too freaking hot out for that. Too hot in the pickup too, but she's going to do a little quick blow on where we're going to work. We're going to take her back and back her in the shop and see what the hell we can figure out. Because what she's finding is if you have any hay in it at all, it should be able to test what we need to test. In the meantime, I've adjusted the plunger load up and down. It hasn't changed it a bit. I mean, it could be a bad connection somewhere, which we already unplugged and plugged the one deal back in, the pressure sensor. Last year before, I actually had it out. We were trying to find a replacement for it because things indicated that might have been an issue. It seems to me we couldn't find a replacement, and I cleaned it up and put it back in, and things worked. So that's another option. But I really don't want to do it up here. Number one, I don't have any oil, nothing to catch the oil, because I know we're going to lose some. And at the shop, it's a whole lot easier to take pieces off and test them individually. So that's where we're going to go. It's a blow enough more dust off on the way down the road. It was blown off when we finished the other day, so. In the meantime, we got 4.5 rows here to do. This piece might actually do better than I thought. I mean, I got 2 bales on the ground with what I already did. We might get over a bale to the acre on this. Holy crap! There's part of the parts. That and that red piece are the increase pressure for the cylinders. Nice and clean. Only thing wrong is the O-ring right there. Since, you know, you got steel parts and an aluminum block, there's a little corrosion on the O-ring, but the lock looks fine. The other one is sitting there dripping because why? Oh, hey, wait, that's the decrease side, and that fitting directly underneath it, that's the hose that runs all the way back here. It splits between the 2 cylinders. And I already know there's 1,300 pounds, was 1,300 pounds on that. This is how we do it. When we go to clean the baler up at the end of the year to get the pressure off, we actually used to have a valve mounted on there, a hydraulic valve, but it went tits up and leaked, so we got rid of it. Just crack the line, let it dribble. Usually lose half a gallon. But let's see, you can see how much the cylinder's already opened up. This one was open farther than this one over here before, which I don't know why they usually stay pretty even. Yeah, see, this one was up to here. So they've moved equally. Get the pressure off it, and then I can pull that other one out and see what it looks like. But so far, everything's clean. Everything looks good in there. The only other thing we can do is check the magnets, which I think, to cheat, I think we can put that back inside there and put power to it. And she's not finding an O-ring yet. She found this skinny one. It's too small a cross section. Right diameter, wrong O-ring. She may have to get into the bags of O-rings because I rarely find anything in these kits anymore. But anyway, I'm waiting for the pressure to get off so I can take that out. Yeah, we just got a little oil here and there.
Oh,
just a little. Just a little.
These 2 can go on the top of yours because they got rubber.
Hey,
go on the top of yours.
I look for these all the time.
Yeah.
That one's for engine air cleaner. That one, I don't remember what that's for, but that's a special one. And it's unused. So that kind of stuff goes in the top drawer of my toolbox for lack of any place else to put it. Well, that's tightened back up. This is all back together. Thank God for having a freaking Newton meter torque wrench. These nuts are supposed to be like 5 foot or 5 inch pounds. Well, yeah, my inch pound torque wrench starts at 120. It's 5 to 8 Newton meters. I'll 4 to 6. Yeah, it's anyway. I can't get low enough on anything except for the Newton meters, and it says right on there what it's supposed to be. And even here, it's only like 30 foot-pounds. You don't have to get the O-ring in there before it clicks, but everything's clean as a bell in there. I took both of these, went to the battery and checked them. Both of them function. So, assuming they're getting the proper power to them. And last year, before I had that off, couldn't find anything wrong with it. Tested it fine. Other than there was some crap in there, and there's no crap in there. It's clean. So the next step, we're going to go to the console, and I'm going to start from, 20 years ago. I haven't read that part of the book since we got the machine. Make sure that it's actually, for some reason didn't lose some of its memory. And there's a lot of double pushing buttons to figure things out to get what you need. Yay. It's far from pretty. It's far from right. That's what it's going to get for today because, I got a baler full of hay. Keep the heat away from the hay. She's looking to see if anything's going underneath. Had cardboard blocking it off, and she was keeping it cool off as I was going, which makes it a pain in the ass to weld. Makes for some ugly weld because you got it full of water all the time. But the original owner overloaded it and blew it up.
Need a piece of paint?
Yeah, she's painting paint.
It was hanging out the bale underneath.
That's off the edge of one of the pieces like this underneath. Anyway, they blew this whole side out, and that was part of their repair. I
Watch out for a second.
don't know what the hell they did. She thinks she's got some.
Got up into the twine up there.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
They're not be into the frickin' twine. It's just worth its weight in gold. Oh, anyway, as long as they don't run overload, that ain't gonna blow up again. The right way to do that is pull this tire off, but keep in mind, between the baler and the tractor, there's 40,000 pounds rolling down the road. So, that tractor only weighs a little over 18,000. I've had thoughts when I've been underneath this, because I have had a flat on it before. That tire goes flat, and if you're laying underneath that axle, you quit breathing. You cannot breathe. The tire is, what, almost a foot from the rim to the ground? That axle's only about maybe 18 inches, if that. So yes, that thought crosses my mind. Because I have been underneath it to try to get it off the ground to get her tire fixed. So, anyway, we ain't turning and burning the day. Way too late in the day. The sun just finally hid from the clouds, or behind the clouds, whatever. By the way, I love that light, that hobo freight, whatever we call it, light. And this thing's going to get pulled out because it don't need to be in the shop in case we did end up with a hot spot. I mean, I got my doubts. I'm usually pretty good at covering stuff. Here in a minute, I'm going to tell her to quit dumping water on the shop floor.
Well, now I'm done because it's still hot.
Oh.
This piece was hot.
Probably.
That's right.
Should have been hot. There's ½ inch of weld in that hole over there. Half by damn near 2 inches. So we went through the stuff on the valve block. Couldn't find anything wrong there. Everything looks great. Did not test, because it's kind of hard to test the electrical without doing 10 or 15 other different things at once. Went through the settings on the console. Come up with nothing.
Well, the absorbent works. Everything's going around it. I forgot it was on the floor.
There's a grease sweep right there from the oil that we lost. That's something else we did before I moved the tractor, put some oil in it. Because what we lost out of here came out of there. Well, shithole's half cleaned up. I left about an hour ago while I was cleaning the well. Actually, I was finishing a tire and then cleaning the shop. Woolly rags. They're wet enough. I didn't want to leave them in there. It's sitting out here where it can be seen, just in case. Camera shines right at that sucker, so I mean, if it starts anything, I'll know it. And this tire was low. Not only was it low, but the stem was screwed up. This one's still solid. I grabbed the tire chuck, and we're not quite in a great position for a wet tire, but close. I went to put air in it. Man, it sounded like air was going in. Kind of acted like it. I went to check it with the gauge, and I couldn't. Because that little pin on the end of the Schrader valve wasn't there anymore. So I thought, well, it would be lucky it just changed the Schrader valve. Yeah. The only thing I got out was the threaded section. The rest of it was wedged in this piece. This screws in to there. In case you don't know, they're made for wet tires. So I had to change that, which, yeah, I took a shower. Most of this from hosing the calcium off. So we didn't find anything definitive on the baler. The only way to test it is to go back and find a windrow. Yeah. Yay. So that's kind of where I'm stopping there for now. Thought about running it up tonight, parking it up there. It's like, no, I'll just take it up in the morning. If I have issues, I'm coming back here anyway. Oh, nice. That piece of twine laying on the ground. It's supposed to be on that bale. I wondered about that because I had a flag sticking up. I suppose I should probably retie that while it's here. Flip you around. Get that where I can reach it because I can stand on the dock and do it. So anyway, I'm gonna fix that bale and I'm gonna go in. If I don't fix it now, I'll forget it. Yeah, better off with twine on it than not. And the pin that holds the door on the other side. You can see it sticking down right there. Well, the other one's sitting down on the frame because the top had a washer and a cotter key. It's still in everything that supports it. Can't move it until the baler's empty. And we don't have an ejector on this old girl, so I'm not digging that out until we're done. Unless it burns up or blows up or something. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Yeah, mower didn't move today either. Story of my life. So hope y'all had a great hump day. I feel like I've been humped today. Hope everybody has a good Thursday. Thanks for watching.